Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Live
I
from
mean,
New York. It's Saturday night.
No, we're not mother freaking live.
Well, you know.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Are we live?
Yeah.
No.
Ask me one more time and I'm turning this stream around.
Can we go to McDonald's?
No.
Oh.
Only
Yeah,
if you
food at
have
home.
the money for it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking everyone for $5.
That's 5
God.
chicken nuggets. I mean, fuck, 5 chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janaya, did you
Each
just say a
individual chicken
swear
nugget,
in
$1?
Kansas's Christian Minecraft server?
I did.
Chicken is banned.
I'm not a Christian, therefore I am not bound by those rules.
Oh, fuck.
Life hack, bitches.
Life hack, simply abandon the grace of God.
Great start.
Oh, goodness,
I'm
I'm
trying to make
looking.
Google Slides work.
You just
I belong to the
streamed
cult of
your
Andrew
Discord,
Hussey,
Kansas.
obviously.
Yes, I'm doing that on purpose because the format of this stream is going to be that each of you are going to screen share as you present your PowerPoints, and then I'm going to be basically watching your streams through Discord. It'll be like full screened, like 90% of the time. So don't
Okay.
even stress about it. Don't even worry.
Gotcha.
Okay, I
Kansas,
see.
important question. Is there a time limit for these?
What do you mean?
Is there a time limit? Is there a amount of shortness it should be?
Oh, I mean, don't make it an hour long.
Okay.
I don't think that any of you would have put that much effort into it, so I'm not necessarily worried.
Oh, I put that amount of effort into mine, but not in lengthwise.
Is there a minimum amount of time we should go for? Or is that not really a concern?
Yeah, how do I get an A on this assignment?
15 seconds.
You have the way you get an A is you have a thing that you show us.
Kansas, you have to give us rules and regulations about what should be
I'm
in our
going to get
PowerPoint.
an A in
presentation. How am I
PowerPoint,
gonna finish my
something that is both
PhD?
possible and
What's the rubric?
desirable.
Oh my God.
If I present something that causes madness in the viewer, will I still get an A?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want
Professor
to do
Kansas,
the
what are your thoughts on capitalism?
Kansas.
Bad. What kind of
Oh,
question
you'll
is
like
that?
this then.
Kansas.
Profoundly negative.
Yeah?
Kansas, I don't want to do the presentation. Can we just watch a video?
Maybe if you're good.
Daft's
Okay,
presentation
let's
is a
watch
video.
Nanos the Hands of Fate.
Actually, you know what? Let's have class outside today.
It's 10 degrees where you are. That's a horrible idea.
Let's have class outside. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's 67 where I am.
Alright, everybody
Oh my
get your
God.
sweatpants on.
It's gonna go down into the 20s tomorrow morning.
Oof.
Yikes.
Because 40-degree temperature changes are fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
glad we reinvented the fucking Tumblr meme of imagining your friend group just going to college together.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Who's ready to present? Uber, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Screen share right now. Is everyone ready? Let me know when you're ready.
Ooh, orange.
Also, Kansas, you should like full screen it. There we go.
Accept.
Okay.
I'm glad my name on Discord isn't a slur.
What?
Hello, everyone.
Bro,
Why would it be?
Don't worry about it.
why is it that whenever you open your mouth, it's the most cursed thing I've ever heard?
Don't worry
It's
about
called a brand, Daft.
Well, the brand is stupid.
That's part of the brand.
it. This is my brand too.
Silence.
Make me.
There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Thank you for inviting me here. I made this presentation as soon as like Kansas just pitched the idea, and I can't wait to see what other people have in store. So yeah, we're gonna do my presentation. My topic of presentation is the Platonic ideal on piss, also commonly known as the piss orb. So, this is basically an inside joke between my fucking friend group, who are mostly present in this call, and most of them are muted.
Don't worry, we're not friends anymore.
No, this is pretty much what I expected. Please continue.
Okay. So yeah, like y'all have mute. If you want to speak during the presentation, then sure, but no questions until at the end of the presentation. Okay.
Why?
So contents. So we're gonna discuss the origins of piss, the current state, and the common uses of piss, and we're gonna be dissecting the piss orb, and we're gonna learn how to harness the piss.
Oh my god!
So let's get right into it. The origins of piss. Piss.
Die!
We all know this. Piss. It's a yellow liquid, otherwise known as urine. It's noun, and you spell it weirdly like yarn. It kind of sounds like a pirate just like saying yarn, you know. Wikipedia's definition is the liquid to semi-solid waste matter excreted by kidneys in human beings as a yellowish, slightly acid, watery fluid. So
I am genuinely concerned that anybody has semi-solid piss.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This was the first PowerPoint we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
We are reading with this.
You know, we all know this. We all know this. We all know piss. We all pissed before, you know, as a kid, as an adult, and as we all pissed. We all sipped.
Girls don't
and we all touched. The piss touched our hearts in the history of human beings. But
I think
what
it's
is
called
piss?
jaundice.
How is piss made? So basically, piss is basically urine, is a byproduct of getting rid of waste and water in our body system. So, I mean, we all drink water, right? We all drink liquid. We all drink cyanide. We all drink vinegar.
Uber, I hope you have a list of your citations at the end of this presentation.
No, I don't.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
Uber is the primary source of these matters.
So the food, the water, the waste, it all travels through our digestive system, and the byproducts travel through the urinary tract. So it first goes into the kidney. The kidney filter waste from blood and produce and produce urine. So like basically, piss and blood are kind of a cousin, you know.
Did you steal that joke from Victorious?
Is it?
I don't know, I was watching the 5-hour dissertation again.
Okay.
That does sound familiar.
Again.
Now,
I have a lot of free time, okay?
the urine goes to the uterus, and the uterus is
what?
just basically
I am not pissing out of my uterus.
Uriners?
Sorry?
Urinus is the word.
I have a concerns.
I don't know how to pronounce English language.
Are you sure that you have the
For the
right
end.
person?
Questions at the end.
Ureters. Fuck, I'm sorry. I don't know how to speak English because it's not my first language, and I have dyslexia. So, if the transport piss and kidney to bladder. And bladder is just a sac that holds the pee, you know, like a water balloon. It's just like you just take you just sometimes you just reach into a person and touch their heart and touch their bladder, take it out, hold it like a water balloon, and throw it to people. You know.
Yeah, that's a thing that a non-zero.
I too enjoy playing Kano in Mortal Kombat.
Now, once it's at the bladder, it's like basically like a storage unit of piss, and it goes out through the urethra, and it's just transferred piss bladder out to your body. Whether that's like your toilet bowl, your kitchen sink, or someone else's mouth, who knows? Okay.
We don't judge here.
I judge.
So yeah, kidney. So like kidney, like I said, filters blood from the waste and leaving urine behind. What does
I just want
urine?
you to know I despise this clip art.
Now,
Why is that a thing? That is on the
listen.
It
We're
looks
missing
like
the big,
borderline niche internet fetish art.
we're missing the big picture here. What does urine
Uber, this is
contain?
the only picture on the screen.
What does a urine contain? Does anyone know? Does anyone want to
All
guess?
the things that are listed right there, but how does this relate to the piss orb?
You have
We'll
to
get to
find
that. We'll get to that. So water, urea, a waste product broken down protein, all these kind of stuff. Most important thing, salt and ammonia. If you have water, salt, and ammonia, it's like salty, like disgusting water. But the important thing is the urochrome, a pigmented blood product that gives piss the color, the yellowish color. This is like the most important thing. So, now the next topic is the current state and use of the piss.
It's Calvin.
Why is it
Now,
red?
Yummy! Oh my god, Uber!
now, there's like this distinction of like two groups of people who define piss different way. There's anti-piss and pro-urine. Anti-piss people think piss is yucky and it's gross and it's stinky, smelly.
There are 9
Why is it red? Why is it hurt when it piss? I don't know why, but it's red and it hurts. And the other side, the pro-urine people, says it's yummy, it's delicious,
Oh my
it's not
God,
disgusting,
why?
And
it's warm.
there are 10 people.
You can use this to melt your icy feet, and it's still red, it still hurts, but it's yummy.
This sucks.
So we got
I am like
anti-piss and pro-urine.
80% sure it's not supposed to be red.
Do you have
So-
failure, Uber?
So we're gonna talk about some pop culture uses of piss in different media. So like most famous example is the Girardi. This is more of like in the middle gray zone area, like between like pro piss and anti piss. So it's like it's Girardi from TF2. It's a bottle of piss that you throw to enemies and they go like, I'm covered in piss, and it gives like micro crits, right?
Yes, enemies covered in Girardi take mini crit small damage.
It's a byproduct of enlarging your kidney 3 times larger using Saxon Hale's like fucking kidney enlarger or whatever. And enemies, they don't like it when it's covered. But the important thing is, when you're caught on fire, this can take out fire. So what do? Like you go out into the battlefield, you fight for your life, and a pyro comes in and lights you on fire. You kill the pyro, but you're still on fire, and you're gonna die of like residual damage. But what do you have in your hand? A jar of piss. You pour it on yourself, and it takes out the fire completely. It's so useful. It's not just like disgusting, it's useful. So that point is more of a pro-urine thing. The
11
enemy's part
viewers.
is like anti thing. And here's like a promotional comic that was used in the release of Girardi. So it's basically
read about the elemental plane of piss.
So it's a jar-based karate, a jarati, and it doesn't have to be always piss. It can be anything else. I won't say what, but it can be anything else.
Oh, now you're censoring yourself?
Please don't encourage them to not do that.
So next thing is the piss from Posto. This is kind of like the jarati, but this one doesn't have a jar. So like you can piss on people in Postal 2, and they will like vomit and then run away and be disgusted. But you can't kill with piss. It only helps you kill people, but it doesn't directly kill.
In Postal 4, you can kill people with your piss now. With the right items.
Okay.
There's a vitamin that allows you to piss with the force of the fire hose.
It also can put out fire. So when you're caught on fire, you just piss into the sky and it just dribbles down on you and it just takes out the fire completely. So this is another point for pro-urine as well. Eggman's piss from real-time fandom. What do I have to say for like do I have to say anything else? It's like by far the most strongest piss in pop culture. It's strong enough to put a hole in the moon. It's strong enough to destroy the earth. Its droplets are fucking deadly as shit. You have only 24 hours, and the ideal size and form of the extruder. All points, no quills, no pillows. It's the size of a bomb. It's amazing. So now we're getting into the actual good part of the presentation. It's been pretty decent so far, right? It's been pretty educational, but we're gonna dissecting into the more arbitrary territory here.
I'm writing you out of my will.
So we're gonna be dissecting the piss orb. So now I told people about the piss orb constantly. I told people about the piss orb, like I spread the word around, but they don't exactly know what it is, other than they know it's like a Platonic ideal of piss, but they don't know what it is. So what is the piss orb? So the piss orb basically is, like I said, it's a Platonic ideal of piss, and where all piss originate from. You thought it was coming from blood? You thought it was coming from the water that you drink? No, it's come from the piss orb. It comes from a piss. The blood and that shit is just biological. Piss orb is the actual real essence of the piss. It's non-physical, it's non-mental, but it can be manifested through advanced techniques, and I'm gonna teach you. Here's the catch here. I'm gonna teach you how to manifest these kind of techniques, these advanced techniques.
Please don't.
So, how do we harness the piss? How do we incorporate? How do we like manifest this piss into our reality, our like humble reality that needs, that requires, that desires this piss? So there are three ways. The piss note, that's physical manifestation, and the second one is the theory of hypothetical piss. It's the mental manifestation. And the third one is the eternal piss. It's physical and mental, but it's forbidden. And I won't teach you this method, but just know that it exists, so you can avoid it. I'm not going to teach you how to do it, and I'll tell you why. So, the piss note. The piss note is like, but with piss. And like, basically, there's no real practice needed, It's like you just find it in the ground, and it's just kind of like, write it on the note, and it makes people pee, right? But when you should use it, you cannot enter pee heaven or pee hell. It's forbidden. It's forbidden. It gives you like this grand power of harnessing the piss, but it comes with a price. It comes with a detrimental price, and you cannot enter heaven or hell of pee.
Uber, what
I
the
have a
hell
question.
is a pee
What are
heaven
pee heaven and pee hell? Are those separate concepts from normal heaven and normal hell?
that is forbidden knowledge. And also keep the question later. And so basically, Piss Note is best described in this 3-minute documentary made by Miraculous Tang. And should we watch it?
Oh
or
my
should we
god, the
skip it?
Coupon Kids keynote, yes!
Should we watch it or should we skip it?
Yes. Also, let's read Coupon Kids. Watch my dog.
Oh, do you not have sound enabled for this?
What? No, I do. I had Spotify also playing, so I needed to mute that so that, yeah. So feel free.
So-
You're good to go whenever.
Okay.
What the hell is this?
That's an excellent question.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, I'm a Shikigami,
Gross.
and I am...
I cannot hear it.
Oh shit.
I saw
You know what? We'll watch it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you sure you have your volume up?
Yeah.
I can't
yeah.
I could hear it fine.
Yeah. Same.
We'll watch it later. He's like, we almost have the invitation. So the second method is hypothetical piss. Now it's very like hard to do this, but with practice, with effort, you can manifest piss in a mental state. So hypothetical piss is byproduct of hypothetical situation. You know, it embeds the piss in the mind, and it can be manifested in the physical plane if you practice hard enough. But it's not like direct. Like the piss P-note, it's kind of like subtle. So it just kind of nudges people to the piss, not directly. So let's do a practice. So like, this is like some of the practice that you can do in your own spare time, while you're just like kind of driving home, or just like taking the bus commute. Just like practice this hypothetical piss method. Just like ask yourself, what if Joe Biden pissed himself? Do you think your favorite character pissed? What if it was gas? What if it was solid? What if it was not liquid at all? Hypothetical piss has no, it's a hypothetical with no clear answers. It expands the mind of the piss, and it just expands your knowledge so much. And more practice gives more results, and you just have to like put effort into it. You just have to practice every day. So the next one, the last one, is eternal piss. Eternal piss is a forbidden method. It's I will not be discussing how to do it. I'll just like tell you that it exists, and just like why and how you should avoid it. Now, like way back in the day, way back in like Mesopotamian eras, like, old practitioners went mad with piss. They just like saw the potential in piss and just like went out of their minds.
I'm
They
really
just,
sorry to
went
do
everywhere.
this. But practitioners.
Oh.
Yeah, practitioners. This method embeds both mind and body with piss. So I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, or I'm just gonna read you this excerpt from either You're In or You're Out.
Oh my god.
So it's a famous book in the piss community. It's like basically like the guidebook, like the Bible of piss, if you say so. So I'll just read you through this. The knowledge gained throughout the history of piss is desirable to many, and while historians and practitioners have used this wisdom to guide common people through journey of piss, sinister beings have used this power to unspeakable evildoings. The eternal piss can be only described as a tool of power and strength born from malice only to serve the wills of those who wish to bring nothing but harm and destruction toward a pissful nation. both the victims and practitioners of this method are entangled by piss, both mind and body, and fated to be doomed. While I leave the existence of this method written in book, one must remember that the amount, the power, and any physical attributes of piss are no more desirable than the mental visualization of a sport lemonade. Be advised to tread lightly in the world of piss, as the lust for result may engulf those under it.
Why?
So yeah, that was it. Thank you. If you have any question, please ask now. Thank you.
Hey Uber, how much would I have to pay you for you to teach me how to do the eternal piss?
Pay in blood, you pay in piss.
How much would I have to pay you for you to never talk about
Wait,
this
is that why you're pissing blood, Uber?
Right.
Uber, are you pissing blood?
We have a question from the chat. Why?
Why? That's a good question.
Why would you do this?
Well, I'll let you discover the answer by yourself, and you can find the answer by pissing yourself in your pants.
Oh my god!
Uber.
Next question.
Uber.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Am I able to harness and store energy if I wear a diaper?
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you!
That is a horrifyingly relevant question.
Well, don't worry, diapers are like safe for work. You can buy them
16 viewers!
That was actually my question for Uber, was why, when Kansas said that this needed to be safe for work so that they didn't get banned from Twitch, was this your first thought that you immediately started working on?
I don't think piss is inherently not safe for work. We all do it.
Not!
This is like this is health related.
It's true! You think this is educational?
Crow, you could also argue that getting stabbed in the chest is health related. In
So
that
getting
it's
stabbed in the chest
detrimental
isn't
to your
NSFW.
health. Well, I mean, I wouldn't stab someone at work.
Not
you'll
stabbed
probably
for
get-
work.
Yeah, you'll probably get fired for that.
I think you get fired at work for talking about piss that much.
Man, it depends how
You're not gonna
depends how
like
well
my
you can play it off to
presentation.
HR.
You're not gonna like my presentation though.
If
Alright,
if
y'all, no
there's
need to be pissy about it.
I am going to make clothing out of your skin.
My question is, can we hear another presentation? Literally any other presentation.
I don't know. Can we?
Also, Kansas, when it gets time for mine, you will need to have this sound.
Oh, yeah, me too, actually.
You probably have the
Just
volume
mouse
turned down on
over
the
here.
screen.
In the bottom right.
Yeah.
That's the thingy.
Yeah, you asked me to college didn't show up. When you're actually clicking into my stream.
Wait, say again. You need me to turn off the button for this one?
Yeah, there's 2 points where I have one.
Silence it for now.
Yeah, and mine has audio as well, like integral to the thing, so.
Oh fuck, mine does too, actually.
That's okay. I can turn off music whenever.
Okay, well, welcome everybody to Power presentation number 2. We've had a strong start, and I guess it's my turn to go ahead and give you guys
Don't worry, it's only uphill from here.
hopefully.
You say that now, but
We have, hopefully we have a lot of delightful content coming for you from a variety of our friends. So my name is Bucky, and I'm a certified characterologist and analysis big brain. I have spent years analyzing characters and media to bring you this shocking breakthrough. And this is I've discussed this idea before, but I think that you guys might be interested in my my extremely serious, deeper analysis of this particular phenomenon. So I've realized that 2 of the most popular characters in recent in recent media that have been contentious are interesting to discuss in comparison to each other. And I'm sure all of you are wondering who this presentation is about. And I'm so glad you asked that. So this presentation is about Rick Sanchez and Vriska Serket and why they're the
Oh
same
my
character.
fucking
Oh my
god.
fucking god.
Oh my
Thank you,
god.
Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is why Vriska Serket and Rick Sanchez are the same character. A horrible excuse for an essay. And
Oh no, I used the same theme.
I used the same thing
we'll just all have fun with this color scheme. It's
Ressa is pouring gasoline on their computer and they are lighting a match. I hope you are happy.
I'm extremely pleased. Okay, so my first point of why these characters are the same is entitled "They Hate to See a Girl Boss Winning, Your Honor." So no matter what these characters do, they both have these just rabid, screaming stands, and on the other side of the aisle, they have these rabid, screaming revilers of their actions. All of these people are maybe a little bit too invested in their ego in relation to these characters for some reason. They have this allure where people just for some reason, despite everything that they've done in their actions over the course of their series, people just feel this instinctual need to relate to them for some reason. We see them do these horrible things, but still they're cool enough and interesting enough that the people manage to pitch these characters as being like amazing and like the best example of a character ever before you find out a little bit more about what they did. They're both morally gray enough that there are justifications for their actions, but it's difficult to overlook their selfishness. And sometimes people are willing to pay amounts of money, significant amounts of money, in order to prove their devotion to these characters, whether it is pursuing limited edition Szechuan sauce or ordering a Jumbotron on the popular podcast My Brother, and Me.
This message is for Vriska, and it's from the Dirk John Hive Mind, and they requested this message, and it's their money, so whatever. Vriska did nothing wrong. So there is the message that you paid money for. Maybe it's your ringtone now. Maybe it's
Is there supposed to be
text
sound?
message alert. I don't.
Oh yes.
It was just Nick Elroy saying Vriska did nothing wrong in a character voice.
Double check and make sure that you have your sound up, because you probably don't.
Me?
No.
The stream
those who can't
is
hear.
fine. You can hear the volume on the stream, but if you can't hear it personally, you probably turned the volume down on the Bucky stream. But the Twitch is fine. I just checked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, yeah.
This message is for Vriska, and it's.
I played it again. Sorry. This is just an example of how far people are willing to go to prove that they really like this character and really think that they have a point about how important they are. And the next point is equally as serious as this previous point. It's that both of these characters have transgender swag. If you...
I was right. No.
If you browse Tumblr, you end up with a lot of really interesting ideas about the fact that these characters are definitely transgender, despite the fact that there's no... I don't want to say there's no textual evidence, but... It's their interpretations, and I just think that it's great that people are like, yeah, you know what, these characters are trans, and that's great. The next.
I mean, I wish they'd get better taste.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon of recent fandom, I think. The next we're gonna just slide right by, but we felt contractually obligated to talk about this. The creators of these characters have weird psychosexual hangups about them, and if you'd like to know more, you can guess at these vague hints that I put up on the screen about where I'm getting this information. And the last point is because I said so. I did not spend hours and doing the Homestuck Rewrite podcast and comparing Vriska Serket to Rick Sanchez multiple times for this to not be something that I want to elaborate further on. So in conclusion, I'm right and you have to deal with
it. Oh my god.
What?
And then I just have this for you. The audio quality is horrible, so I don't want to play the whole thing, but that's it. I
I
think
think the horrible
Woo!
audio quality
Oh
actually
my
adds
God.
to the experience.
Interesting.
And yeah, that's my presentation. I hope I'm glad I got to follow up such a delightful first installment.
That was
Excellent.
incredible.
With my equally
Excellent work.
respectful and serious presentation.
I'm also going to now have to edit one of my slides based off of what you just did.
Oh
I
my
hope you're happy
God.
about this.
Holy shit, if I might be mildly serious for a second, both of these characters have serious traumatic hang-ups with the society they came from that never get addressed, which manifests in them being violent to their friends and / loved ones.
Correct. I agree
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
Fucking nerd.
Hey,
Well,
Bucky, I have a question.
patterns are there.
Have you considered the counterpoint that Vriska did?
No!
You couldn't even finish that thought.
Has been silenced.
You're damn right. Vriska did.
Vriska did
Hey,
too.
Undeniably, Vriska did.
Vriska
Hey,
did.
Bucky, I have a question.
Yes, Duper.
Do you think Terezi is a Morty?
Oh my God.
No, Terezi is not Morty.
Terezi is bad.
Sad, but I think that
I
is the
don't
most
know that
accurate
the air
character
one
comparison.
necessarily holds up beyond surface level examination.
What if Terezi is Birdman?
No, okay.
Morty is
Oh my
obviously
God.
Tavros.
Kirky Ressa in chat says Tavros is the Morty, and they're right.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
You guys know that that's Liz, right?
Oh, Liz?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Did not know
yes.
that.
Hi, Liz.
I knew that.
Consider I'm dumbass.
I thought you were Kansas.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Kansas by day, dumbass by night.
Yep. Anna, the floor is yours.
Okay, is everyone ready for a much less... I keep hearing a boo-doo-doo sound. Is that me?
How dare? How dare?
That's people joining the stream.
My God.
Okay. Alright, because last time I tried
Yeah.
sharing my screen on this, it fucked up. So,
First,
you can all see that?
Do you
Yeah,
have
you're good.
music in this or any
I
audio?
do not. You can make music happen
Okay.
if you want, but...
I will put some music on.
All right. Hello, people of Kansas to Stream. I'm Anna, aka Articulate Composed, and if you know my channel, you know I'm a composer. I've been in various levels of school for music for years now, but I've only just recently dipped my toes into the terrifying world of freelance composition as a career. And if you're also a composer, or any kind of artist for that matter, you know it's hard enough to make money to survive. It's hard to make enough money to survive. Really fucking hard. If you are new to me, hi, I'm Anna. I'm a composer, singer, voice actor, general content creator, etc., but I am also an anti-capitalist. I want to explore the concept of anti-capitalism and how to take a stand against the billionaire overlords that control every aspect of our lives from the perspective of an artist and creator. So I partnered with my new co-writer, Jonaya. You all know Jonaya. She's sitting here in the stream. To create a new series.
Who's Jonaya?
I don't know.
Jonaya, wave to the audience.
Hi.
What a nice, fresh, up-and-coming writer who I have never read the works of.
Go read her fic, it's great. To create a new series of video essays exploring anti-capitalist from an artist's perspective. And this is the script to my first video essay. Our first video essay. Jonaya wrote most of it. But yeah, I'm previewing it, so if any of you enjoy this, you can come to my channel in about a little over a week and see a nice polished version of this. And what better place to start than breaking down why American capitalism makes it so difficult to survive as an artist in the first place. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you how capitalism prevents people from becoming artists, and you should too? This is a whole new series. I need a new segue for these video essays. I'll work on that later. Anyways, let's get started. So you want to be an artist. Of course you do. You've got something to say to the world, and you know how to say it. And maybe you're a composer, a writer, or you work in the visual arts, or you're an actor or performer sharing your voice with the world. Whatever your skills may be, wouldn't it be lovely to be able to create the art you love and also maybe pay rent at the same time? Of course, we all continue to exist under capitalism, for now, and we all need to make money to get by. If you're an artist of any kind, it's natural to want to take the skills you have and use them to make a living for yourself. After all, people value art, right? Music, television, performing arts, print media, video games, these form a multi-billion-dollar media empire spanning the globe. Everyone loves to talk about the latest things they're watching, reading, playing, or listening to, and someone has to make all of it, so why not you? After all, how bad could it be? Where do you even start as a prospective artist? Maybe you've already got some skill you want to hone, or maybe you're a student looking into an artistic career for the first time. Either way, it makes sense to want to hone those skills in order to give yourself a chance at finding work as an artist that can actually support you. My co-writer Jonaya and I have a very different experience when it comes to this, and I'd like to talk about both. I went to school for music. I have an undergraduate degree in composition, and I'm currently at an MFA program at NYU for musical theater writing. Thing is, I'm incredibly lucky to be in the situation I'm in. So many things had to line up for me to get where I am. First, if I wasn't lucky enough to be born into a family with a bit of disposable income and parents that valued the arts, I wouldn't have been enrolled in music lessons when I was a little kid. Next, I was lucky enough to grow up in a town that really valued the arts. My hometown lived in the shadow of an Ivy League school and a pretty well-known music school, so not only were the schools fairly decently funded because they were fed by the property taxes of Ivy League professors. See my education video essay if you want to talk about the stupidity of basing school funding on property tax. But the town valued the arts a lot, so the band program was really robust. When I was 13, I was selected to be one of 3 students to take private composition lessons and write a piece for the middle school concert band. If I didn't do that, who knows if I'd be a composer, period. Next, I had the extreme fortune to get free undergrad tuition at the school my mom works at, which happens to be the aforementioned well-known music school. Most of my friends have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt. I left undergrad with less than $15K. And if all these things hadn't lined up like they did, not only would I not have the qualifications to get into my program at NYU, but I wouldn't have been able to justify going to a school with a $70,000 a year tuition. The fact that I'm in this program gives me a huge leg up in the industry. A bunch of my professors have had shows on Broadway. One of them's a Tony winner, so many of the well-known people in the theater industry went to the program, to the point where I will not be surprised if it gets me jobs. Thing is, I am no better than anyone else who does what I do. There are tons of young composers out there that are incredible and completely unknown, and they won't be able to get those jobs because they weren't able to pay for that kind of name recognition. Meanwhile, Jonaya has a degree in mathematics and has worked most of her career in various analytical and database jobs. All the artistic skills she focuses on, writing, photography, voice acting, game design, etc., have been the things she's learned on her own outside of any formal program. She was discouraged from pursuing an artistic field when she went to college and ended up choosing something more practical in order to try to support her family. For an artist who's learning everything on their own, they have to develop the same kind of skills and collaborative opportunities without the benefit of being inside a formal program. This can mean more flexibility and freedom, but it also cuts the artist off from networking opportunities and the chance to build contacts within artistic fields. Plus, even if you're attending a formal program of study, that only lasts a short time, and then you're out on your own. You might have some advantage, but you'll have to continue to develop on your own time in order to grow as an artist and keep your skills sharp. Want to do something you didn't learn in school? You still have to learn it on your own time. This is an issue I've run into because despite going to a music school, I was never taught how to mix and produce my own music. You'd think that would be important, but nah, I'm having to self-teach that. At the end of the day, either through formal training or learning on your own time, the goal as an aspiring professional artist is to be able to produce art that's good enough that someone will pay for what you create. And getting to the point of being able to produce professional quality art, that's just the beginning. Next, you gotta actually find one of those fabled someones to pay you. Probably the best outcome is going to be finding regular work as a salaried artist, regular work as a studio or production company, or a regular salary job as a performer. Sounds ideal, right? You get regular work doing something you're passionate about. Maybe it's not the total creative freedom you crave, but you figure it's a decent trade-off. If you're really lucky, maybe you can land a job with a union that actually offers some level of job security, protection, and guarantees decent wages. The thing is, this is by far the hardest kind of work to get. There are a lot of artists out there, a lot of really skilled artists, and competition for openings is going to be fierce no matter what you do. Think of the number of regular positions out there. Staff writers, studio animators, performers, and orchestras, and then think how many more talented artists there are in each of those fields. A lot of creative industries, especially ones like animation, film, and game development, are using more and more short-term contract models. Rather than paying to keep artists on board, they'll hire them for the duration of a project and then let them go at the end of it. And that sucks. Every time a job finishes up, you have to go out looking for work again. Even if you get regular contract work, you're still going to have to deal with the stress and irregularity that comes with not knowing for sure whether you'll be able to find something. Studio hit hard times, industry not doing so hot economically? Too bad, there aren't any guarantees under capitalism. And speaking about the worst features of capitalism, it's time to talk about every artist's favorite thing in the whole world, the gig economy. You've managed to establish yourself enough in your field to be comfortable and asking people to pay you for what you do. Maybe you went to school and dropped tens of thousands of dollars on a degree, or maybe you spent your time painstakingly developing your artistic skills on your own time. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to find a regular salary position. The number of those positions is small and competition is absolutely brutal. But you still need to make a living, and you'd like to do it using those skills you've worked so hard on developing, so what do? You get out there and you look for freelance work, of course. After all, someone's always looking for an artist, a musician, a photographer, a graphic designer, someone to help them with a project or perform at an event. All you need to do is impress enough people with your work and you'll be able to make a living one freelance gig at a time, right? You know I wouldn't be asking that question if the answer was a good one. The truth is that the freelance and gig work out there for artists is brutally competitive. There's always a lot more artists looking for work than there are gigs available. And the result is it's hard to get work and even harder to make a decent amount doing it. Jonaya and I both have experience in the world of the freelance economy. Boy, do I have some experiences doing freelance work. So, composers tend to base music rates per minute of music. My rates have technically been $50 per minute for years now, and that's pretty fucking low. Thing is, I've only really been paid my full rate before. Thank you, Studio June. I've done a few game soundtracks and student film soundtracks, and for most of them I've had to lower my rates down to $50 a track or lower. A 3-minute track can take a few nights to write, and that's not even counting rewrites, and I haven't even talked about the last-minute help that is writing entire student film soundtracks less than a week before the deadline because the student directors don't understand what goes into writing a film soundtrack. That's happened to me more than once, and it's really tempting to keep your rates super low, especially when your main clientele is like indie game directors and film students, but you need to be able to advocate for yourself and make sure you get paid for the amount of work you put in. Meanwhile, Jonaya's worked as a freelance photographer on and off for years, and work is always hard to secure and pay is usually awful. Photographers often end up doing a lot of work for free, or basically free, just to get their name out there. Establishing yourself in an area can help you find paid work, but that takes time, and you aren't making any money doing it. Most of the work she ended up getting was through friends or family or referrals, with a couple of windfall exceptions over the years. And this isn't a new program. Jonaya spoke to a woman who was a classical musician back in the 70s and 80s, and her story was basically the same. Too little work spread out among too many musicians, and if you don't have connections of some kind, then finding work is basically a crapshoot. The thing is, the gig economy is only going to get worse. Artists are being devalued by sites like Fiverr that encourage rock-bottom rates, or by the existence of cheap royalty-free asset libraries. We all know those same few Kevin MacLeod songs every YouTube channel uses. If you use Kevin MacLeod music in your videos, I hope you know I hate you. Art is seen as something disposable and cheap, not something that takes significant time, skill, and investment to develop behind the scenes. And even if you manage to land one of those coveted gigs or get yourself work as a salaried artist, it might not be enough. There we go. Let's face it, the cost of living is expensive, and creative industries often center around major metropolitan areas like New York City or LA, places that aren't exactly known for being cheap. No matter what, you're always going to have to continue to pay the bills, keep yourself fed, and keep a roof over your head. Survival job is a term you hear thrown around, at least in my field. Every single one of my professors is actively writing and having work performed on top of teaching, but aside from the small handful of professors who've had their work on Broadway and have a widely performed show or two, they all make their living teaching. When I was first accepted into my program and was thinking about the massive amount of loans I'd have to take out, one thing I was told was having an MFA would qualify me to teach college, so the exorbitant loans would be worth it. The classical world is even worse than the theater world when it comes to actually making money off your musical skills. I wasn't even taught anything about the business side of composition in undergrad because it was assumed that everyone who would remain in classical music would go on to become a professor, which I have no interest in. If you don't want to teach for your survival job, you can try to fill every ounce of your time with gigs. You can take whatever commission work or freelance gigs you can in every creative field you can to scrape together enough to get by, but that's extremely taxing, and you're going to end up wasting a lot of your creative energy on projects you don't care about just to keep the lights on. If neither of those options work out, you gotta get your proverbial day job. Your bartending, your retail work, your office job. Something that's probably completely unrelated to the degree you put so much money and effort into. After all, you gotta pay those bills. Have you ever worked a wage job? Have you ever talked to someone who worked a wage job? Retail, customer service, working in a fucking call center? It's exhausting. You're doing something that requires you spend a large chunk of your time and commit a ton of energy to your work, not to mention how many of these jobs are just straight up physically exhausting. Not to mention wages are shit. If you're going to support a family or if you're trying to support a family or working a minimum wage job or have any unusual expenses, you're going to end up having to work longer hours or more than one job. Have you ever tried to be creative at the end of a long day? It's impossible. You're just going to want to crawl into bed and go to sleep, or do something that doesn't require the last few remaining shreds of your energy. No matter what, we still need to do the basic stuff that keeps us going. Eat, clean up, make sure we're taking care of ourselves. It all takes energy. When people who are left with only a little bit left after working, they're not going to be able to sustain the kind of output required to even break into a creative field. So if you don't have the money to be able to have your creative jobs, your creative projects be a side thing, can't make enough money at them to have them be your main job, and don't even have the energy at the end of working to do anything creative in the first place, what the fuck are you going to do? What can be done about this? I've just spent however long telling you how much it sucks to be a working artist, which is true, but please don't let me discourage you from going into artistic field. The arts are an expression of human nature. Imagine if every working artist decided to stop creating all at once. Life would fucking suck. But there are things that can be done, and this is something we can all fight for. For one, the lack of publicly funded art in the US is not the norm across the world. Public funding for the arts is a huge part of culture across Europe. Yes, the US does have the national endowment for the arts, but it is pitifully small for a country as large as ours. A huge reason why it's so small is American culture really doesn't value the arts. People don't consider it a viable career, and there's so much bootstrap mentality in this country that they treat you like it's your fault you can't make any money rather than a product of American society itself. We can all take a small step in making this better by choosing to value the hard work people put into their art at the price they deserve. If you want to commission an artist and you see a talented illustrator charging $5 for full-body portraits, don't just pay them $5. Tip them the rates they deserve for the hard work and training they put in to give you that art. Don't ask your photographer friend to take wedding pictures for the price of $20 and a hot dog. You wouldn't do hours of work for pennies like that, so why should they? Also, fuck sites like Fiverr. Don't support websites that normalize selling your hard work for the cost of a fancy coffee. Creative work is hard work, and we should all make an effort to pay people what they deserve for the work they do. Of course, it can't stop there. I can't sit here and say this is a problem that can be fixed on an individual level. That's cruel and irresponsible. There are tons of systemic changes that, if made, would benefit not just working artists, but literally everyone. For one, student loan forgiveness would be an enormous help to everyone with an arts degree. Publicly funded universities and tuition limits on private universities would really make it so that anyone who can't afford an arts degree can pursue what they really want to. Did you know that private university in Austria is 500 euros a semester? 500! You can pay for that with a summer job! And why start at the university level? There are arts programs in the schools already, but because school funding is so dependent on income tax, the amount of money given to each school's art program varies so much. And when school budgets are tight, the arts are the first to be cut. A more robustly funded education system would give everyone, not just the arts, a leg up. Of course, we can't just wait around for the government to do what they're never going to actually do, so if you want to actually help in a more immediate way, a lot of community art schools collect donations for scholarships so underprivileged kids can get music lessons or go to theater. Another way to help, and this one's pretty easy because it involves not doing something, is to support artists on strike by boycotting the corporations doing them harm. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about the IATSE strike last fall or the recent Activision Blizzard boycott. Working artists are out there fighting for their rights to a safe and ethical workplace, just like every worker deserves. And the more support those workers get from the general public, the better. If you're an artist, see if there's a union in your field you can join. American propaganda may have spent the better part of the last 50 years demonizing unions, but they are there to protect you. Even if you're not a working artist, or you're not getting enough to work in a creative union like Actors Equity or the Animation Guild yet, unions will help you wherever you are. You're a barista with 2 side gigs who wishes you had the energy to draw after work? Well, fuck! If your barista job manages to unionize and bargain for a living wage and paid time off, you'll be able to quit your side gigs and have time and energy to work on your art. This past year has had so many wins for workers, what with the success of the Frito-Lay strike, the Kellogg strike, and the Buffalo Starbucks union, to name a few. This is just the beginning for workers' rights. If everyone in this country could have a living wage, everyone would be able to have the free time to create whatever they want. It is human nature, after all. This would be the part in the video where I would say thank you for watching. Look, click the description below for my social media and Discord server, etc., etc. But this is not yet a YouTube video, so if you want to see this in YouTube video form, subscribe to Articulate Compose on YouTube for a more polished video version of this presentation. Also, sub my channel anyway, because I want more subs, and also I'm doing fun stuff, like fun voice acting videos, and Friends and 2 streams when those happen. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, do subscribe. Hell yeah.
The first proper presentation video essay.
If any of you have any like feedback on this, like about the structure of the video, etc., I would gladly take it because I'm doing a major channel shift and want to know if this is going to be a good video essay.
Why not talk about a section where you talk about the early work strikes of the 19th century in America, or the 20th century work strikes?
I don't know if this would be the right place to put that, actually. I feel like I'd need another video for that.
In Discord. Oops.
Also, my presentation does have sound, so you're going to have to do whatever you need to do to enable that.
Yep. I'm actually going to take a quick bathroom break.
Did I continue, or are we waiting for you?
I want to see.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on the VRV screen. I'm gonna let the music play. Y'all
Wait,
have fun.
is Jonaya before me or after me?
Before you.
What's the order?
I think. I'm next, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it went Uber, Bucky, Anna, Jonaya, Arrow, Daft.
Wait, really?
Crow? Question mark?
Wow.
I typed before Jonaya on my screen.
If Crows is a funny,
how it shows up.
If Crows is a funny one, then they might want to go first. Mine is not funny.
I mean, I don't know.
No, it's fine.
Posted
Jonaya
a
can
GIF,
go.
and I was taking that as a yes, but I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. BRB.
I don't know what
No
Crows
idea.
Kansas is regulating their piss chakras.
That
True.
is a very cursed thing for you to have said.
Well, I learned something from tonight due to Uber's presentation. So
how do y'all
I have
think
a feeling,
about
Arrow, that you and I responded in the same second.
That would make sense.
Because, yeah, this is how it shows up on mine.
how are y'all feeling about Muppet Jonaya?
I love Muppet
It's so
Jonaya.
cute.
Thank you so much.
That actually
I
is
was
how it
like-
shows up on mine as well.
I wish
Which one?
Janaya, yours.
Oh, okay.
I wish we had like a tiny like Muppet of everyone.
Oh my god. I will commission Uber to do a Muppet version of myself once I get like moved and settled in and have like a good idea of how much money I can spend on discretionary stuff.
I
I'm
forgot
suddenly
to respond to the thing in the chat. Okay.
I'm suddenly glad
I'll just
that
be last.
there's no like 3D Muppet Uber presenting piss.
Oh my god. That would have been funny though.
Yeah.
And a Muppet piss.
No.
I can't show favoritism here, so I'm going to do another MS Paint drawing, this time of trans solidarity fusion between Rick and Vriska.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, good. That's a good idea.
Vriska. Vriska Sanchez.
Alright, I'm back.
You're back.
And, I'm ready for you, Jonaya, whenever you are.
Okay, you got the sound all set up and everything?
It's all set up.
Okay,
Literally
cool.
all I have to do is just pause Spotify whenever that happens, so.
What's that? You
Whenever
should
y'all
pause
have on
Spotify now. It's
I did.
not. Okay, cool. I was gonna say it's not.
I'm just
like...
saying that's all I have to do whenever
Okay,
that
Joe.
happens.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jonaya Riley. I am the director and lead writer for Friend Sim 2, which is a fan-made sequel to Friend Sim and Pester Quest. So basically, I'm making a big old visual novel, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how to develop the narratives for visual novels, since it's a little different than writing a standard book, and it's a little different than writing a video game that's more focused on gameplay specifically. So, at its core, a visual novel is like, what are the core elements of narrative storytelling for a visual novel? So you need a coherent story. You need an actual thing that you're gonna say. Otherwise, you kind of can't have a visual novel. It doesn't have to be particularly linear. It doesn't have to be particularly standard or anything like that, but it does have to exist in some form. You need characters, preferably interesting ones, which can include the narrative itself. It doesn't necessarily have to be people, but you need some sort of actors that exist within the story. you need a plot of some kind. You need something that is going to drive the player through the narrative. Like, there are some very abstract experiences that don't really have plots. They're not really like visual novels. They're more of like an art piece, which is fine, but also like if you're trying to make a narrative, visual novel or kinetic novel, you kind of need some sort of a plot. And of course, you need something that engages the reader. You need something that's going to like draw them in and make them want to play your game. So, storytelling, a visual novel is what I'd call a semi-visual medium. You have a lot of visual elements, but it is still heavily text-based. Most of what you're doing is reading words or listening to those words be read by a voice actor. So you need to balance the visual elements and well-written narrative and dialogue. You can't rely completely on the visual elements, and you can't rely completely on your writing, or one of those two things will make the experience weaker. If you have too much text, you're likely to turn off readers who are not looking to do interactive fiction, which is its own specific genre. If you have too little text, you can undermine your own storytelling because visual novels typically don't have full motion. They don't typically have like the same level of gameplay that most games do. So you're still relying very much on on your text. So balancing storytelling. Okay, fucking weird. Okay, fucking stupid fucking PowerPoint. Okay. Sorry. I think I fucked something up. I'm just gonna go back here and try to. Oh.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah, see, meta-narrative, you get it? Like commentary about the nature of media or some shit. Okay, I'm gonna click over here and we're actually gonna go back to the regular presentation.
Oh no, my dear author. We have long since moved past the point of your commentary and into my particular domain.
This is so fucking dumb. I mean, this is obviously just a character that I voice.
Silence. You weren't even the one who created me.
That was me. After all, it's always been me. I can't believe you fucking dorks are still invested in the same stupid fucking webcomic.
It's kind of more than that at this point. I mean, you do realize that, right?
I told you to shut the fuck up. You're the worst of all. You wish you were me so bad.
No, I don't. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fandom is like a cult, and me, I was the fucking cult leader. Y'all just came in to worship the altar of what it represents.
And what's that?
My genius, obviously.
You're a genius. Even if Homestuck had been the most perfect webcomic ever made, which it definitely wasn't, that's not why I'm here. That's not why, like, anyone is here.
So, what is it that keeps you around then, Ms. Smartass?
The fandom and the people I care about in it, and you don't matter to that experience. Visual representation of Andrew Hussey.
No, you don't fucking get it. I'm the one who controls reality.
Okay,
I'm the narrator.
Sorry, that's enough of this dumb gimmick. There we go. Fucking, yeah. And I.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
And I am gonna stop
Your
sharing.
brain is so fucking big.
This is a fucking fake slide on the end too. It's not
Wow,
actually
so
my screen.
The Muppet was your stream, not you.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, Jonaya.
That's cool.
Jonaya, that fucking ruled.
Hell
Oh my god, that was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
I put entirely too much time into that.
No, that was great. Oh my god.
I bet Uber is very pleased talking about piss for an hour.
That came out really well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Since we're like over the halfway
We are
mark,
at the
should
halfway
we
point.
should we like squeeze in the thing in
Yeah,
here or?
I think we should.
Okay. Okay.
Would you mind streaming that?
Sure.
Okay,
I can
thank you.
do the. like.
Sorry to like cut in
This-
before you, Arrow.
It's fine. I still need to put my finishing touches on one of mine anyway.
So yeah, it's a short stories from the Pale Grey Dot. Book 2. We just released book 2 with 3 stories. We have a new artist. Obviously, before I get into it, I'll just read off the content warnings. Short stories from the Pale Grey Dot. Content warnings. This fan adventure has depiction of blood, body horror, scopophobia, disturbing visuals, and it is not suitable for viewing for those who are under the age of 18. You have been warned. So yeah, we got the credits. So writing, it's me, Roberto Meh, and Mr. Suyo, who wrote chapter 3, book 2, chapter 3. And the visuals is Daft, Suyo from the book 1, and we got one of my good friend Susemi, who drew the first chapter. So should we just read the book 2, or should we just start over from book 1, or? Because like
Probably
there
book
are
2 to keep it a little bit shorter, if you don't mind.
okay. Give
They
me
don't need
just
to. Does there need to? Is there context?
no, not really.
Oh, okay.
Give me just a second. So this is where we ended in the book 1 and book 2. Chapter 1, The Third Moon. This chapter doesn't have any dialogue. Chapter 1, The Third Moon. A third moon appears. Expedition team.
Oh. Huh.
Chapter 1.
Well, shit. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Before you start the next one, I should have restarted the music. So I'm going to cue up some music. Uh-huh.
Bum 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 bum. Ba 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 ba.
Thanks, Raymond Scott.
Okay, continue.
Now we're going to chapter 2, which has a bit of a dialogue. Chapter 2, The Whiteout. You want to voice this character, Daft? No, not Daft. Kansas?
Wait, did you want me to voice them?
No,
Anybody can voice anything.
You want to
Kansas, you
voice
should
them?
voice them.
Shit, I really need to find shelter soon, or else. Is that a light? Oh, thank heavens. Finally. Hello? Is anyone in there? Hello? Whoa. What is this place? Sorry for barging in. Hope it's not too much trouble. Well, warmth and shelter shouldn't be too much to ask from whoever's here. If there is any. Huh? Is someone there? Probably nothing. How much time has passed? The storm should be gone by now. Man, I really did just pass out, didn't I? Well, it's time to go. Oh, I guess it's lasting a little bit longer than I anticipated. Well, one night stay couldn't hurt. Hello? Okay, had my rest. I really should head out now, even if the storm is still here. Or there. Wait, what? No. I walked straight away from it. How? What? No, why am I back here? No! Please. What? What? I can't feel my legs. Why? Oh.
That was chapter 2.
I like that one.
Yeah. The 3 is The Hare, written and illustrated by Mr. Sue. Does anyone want to read this guy? Or it's just...
I'll narrate it.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, CL can do it.
Alright. Once upon a time, in a big old fortified block, there was a little heir whose pride always shocked. For his horns were the biggest ones the troll eye could see, with a little crown to make sure everyone knows he was the king. Every day and every night, the hare always made challenges to see if there was a troll who could break out the balance. But it didn't matter. Nothing changed. Whether it was a low blood or mid, nobody could beat him at all. The big horns of the king. He chuckled. He laughed. Nobody could beat him at all. But it was by then that something was gonna be wrong. 3 trolls presented themselves to challenge the king, to see if there was a little hope to make him flip. 2 of them took a step forward and proceeded to exclaim, "If our horns are way bigger, you will give us something to eat." The heir was there impressed by their determination, and the wish they made was barely an exaggeration. So the heir smiled at them and proceeded to change the thing that they wished for a better exchange. "I could give you something better than a grub for your mouth. You should act more wisely and not like a clown. How about, to spice things up, I make the deal even richer? Like my fortune or fame, let's see who gets to best me." The first try flopped. His horns were too small. "Sorry, kiddo, but you lost. It was a nice try, but not a big shot." The second wasn't any better, although there was quite of a tie there. "Whoa, you actually got me surprised. At least you left the better for last." The heir again was victorious. Nobody could beat him at any court. However, he forgot that the real match was about to start. "Hey, you. What are you staring there? Come here now and show yourself." "I didn't know there was a third one. It doesn't matter. You won't win." And with a difference of 3 inches tall, the winner is the visitor! How come? Wait a minute, that is impossible! Nobody's horn can go that far! A mistake must have been. I'm not willing to believe this. Whoa! He hit the ground with a big fall. And after that, the horror he saw. What was dripping through her knee was a horrible surprise. Oh me, oh my! A mutant with scarlet blood. Everyone witnessed and everyone laughed. She was hatched with the worst type of blood. Bah! Big horns and a candy red gal. Did you seriously think you could hide that? Never would I give my fortune to you. I'd rather not cull you and let you go and see how much you stand, you scarlet scum. It has been a couple of days and you are going crazy as hell. How do you get rid of a shadow? Wait a minute. The light source. And from here is where our story ends. With the ending of the tyranny of the poor heir. Leaving his broken soul sitting on the throne with the only thought in his mind that all this time along, she was the one in control.
That's it.
I really like that. Y'all did a really good job.
So for chapter 2 and chapter 3, I had music queued up, but I tried to queue up some of the spookier songs, like spookier James Roach songs, and it was basically good until the very end of the last one, where I think it was Bone Trussell started playing or something like that from Undertale. In the middle of that, I'm like, okay, there goes the spooky music.
Well, there it goes.
Who's next? Arrow, right?
Arrow's next, yeah, but Arrow had to go.
Oh, dang.
They're not.
I could go ahead and hop in here, I guess, since I forgot to respond in the chat.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Alright, let me just go ahead and let it up. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yep. You got it. Alright. So, Kinning and You, a beginner's guide. Forms, functions, and how you can join in the fun. Now, what is kinning, anyways? Well, depending on who you ask, you're gonna get one of 3 general explanations, which I'm going to go more in-depth in now. You see, most of the people you're gonna find online who kin are probably neurodivergent. Let's just start with that straight out. Most likely, the people who you meet online who have, the kins in their usernames, their bios, everything like that, are probably neurodivergent kids, teenagers, or adults who are just trying to find a way for them to describe their own, thoughts, thought processes, and feelings. Because it's a lot easier to say, oh, I act a lot like X or Y character, or I relate a lot to X or Y character, than to actually bother processing how you think and feel. Especially if you don't have the proper social background and education that neurotypical people generally get. Now, the other ones are going to be the people who have trauma and use kinning to either cope or as a way to rationalize things. And then you have people who are very, very into kinning. For them, kinning is another aspect of the same sort of past lives you would find in a metaphysical practitioner, like a witch or anything like that. People who get really, really into kinning will even tell you about their own timelines that they are a part of, and what made them different about the work of fiction that protruded into our reality. Now, let's start off by defining something about kinning. Some people who kin, most people who kin as a matter of fact, will have kin types. A rough group and a grouping of the things that they usually kin. And that's also a way for them to sort of end up predicting generally where their kins would fall or what kind of characters they would normally kin. Like, for example, princesses. Very simple, very easy kin type. You have things like Pfeffery, Daisy, Zelda, Snow White, Elsa, Mirabelle Madrigal. Anything like that can fall into the princess kin type. You can get anything from like a little bit more sassy to a little bit more prissy, but generally that would fall in there. Villains, obviously, we have stuff like Hisoka, Junko Enoshima, Caliborn, Lord English. All of those type of characters can also be kin types. Generally, you want to watch out for these people, but I don't think I really have to tell you that. And it's the same with the bastards. People who would kin things like Nagito Maeda from Danganronpa, Sans, or Rick, also known as Vriska, from the Homestuck Rick and Morty shared universe. And you also have twinks, of course. A lot of the times, trans-masked people will tend to kin characters along these lines. That's where you'll find things like Ezreal from League of Legends, Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter, Dave and Dirk Strider. Karkat can fall in there sometimes, depending on who you ask or what's going on at the current moment for them in their lives. And then you have the real assholes, the ones who can like be biggest badasses in any sort of fictional media that they're going to consume, like, oh, I can Master Chief, Captain America, Marcus, whatever the fuck, from Gears of War. Those are generally shitbags. Not to be too general of a brush here. And there's even more, because some people use kinning for things that aren't fictional characters. Fictional characters are just the most recent common iteration of kinning. There's otherkin, which can encompass pretty much absolutely anything. Anything that is not human, for the most part. So, like, you could have people who are kin with a wolf.
So furries fall under that?
Furries, a very specific brand of furries fall into this. There's a difference between having a fursona and, in all ways except physical, I am a wolf. And sometimes there's even some, like, weird interactions that your brain give you if you happen to kin one of these things. Like, for example, I've known people who've, like, had, like, phantom wing sensations, as weird as that sounds. And then, of course, at the bottom here, I just couldn't fit it on any other slide. Sometimes people do kin historical figures, or fictionalized versions of historical figures. It's interesting. That's where you get things like Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson, for example. That's the thing that can happen.
I hate this.
How dare you speak the words Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson in this house of worship?
Listen, I'm not throwing away my shot. Anyway. Then there's, like, as I mentioned earlier here, there is a sort of, like, psychiatric technique of kinning. Like, genuinely, I've had friends bring this up with their therapists, and it's kind of helped them deal and cope with things. Sort of like making a D&D character to encompass all your trauma for you. So, like, as a coping mechanism, oftentimes people will find characters that have experienced similar trauma to them in a fictional context and latch onto them. That's one of the reasons why you get all these trans women standing Vriska so deeply, or, like, the rabid Catra fans that you would find on Twitter. And a lot of the times, sometimes it's not even in the narrative proper. Like, it's not a thing in the narrative. It's something that they have put onto the character that has allowed them to properly process, a lot of the times not as healthily as they could, how that trauma's affected them and how it would affect the character that they relate to deeply. So, like, for example, you could have an AU where, like, for example, Naruto. Let's say that you've read a Naruto fanfiction, and Naruto is blind in this fanfiction, and this character is trying to figure out how to deal with it, and that can be, like, a coping mechanism. Like, fanfiction about the characters that you can in fact be a coping mechanism. But I've explained kinning a lot here, but now you have the question, but what do I kin? Now, this is a good place to start. Not necessarily the every kin list got though, because that's just a 9-cube meme. that can often lead to vague and oversimplified definitions of your kins. But generally, places to start would be like your favorite fictional characters, like a Miriam or a Rose Lalonde or something like that. Maybe Mae Borowski from Night in the Woods. Any series in particular?
You're just waiting for that one, huh?
Just as a random example, you know?
Just random
Had
examples,
that
you know?
one in the chamber, huh?
Series that resonate with you deeply? Like, for example, if you really related to the story of, like, I don't know, the one in the middle there, I don't think anybody else here is gonna know it, but, like, if you really resonated with the story of Relife, which was this, it was an anime and manga adaptation, where essentially the main characters were adults who had failed in the business world due to their lack of social skills from high school. And so they got a pill to de-age them and send them back to high school to relearn how to be a functional human being. And they had guides to help them do this. Another series that could resonate with someone is, I don't know, maybe Persona 5, Homestuck, Undertale, Friend Sim characters and their routes in games such as Friend Sim, Pester Quest, or Friend Sim 2. Art that you find personally aesthetically appealing. Like Soul Eater or Scott Pilgrim or Naruto or anything like that, and just anything that you feel a vibe with. Like, for example, Malik up there. I vibe with Malik, and therefore that's why I own his hoodie. Also because one of my exes got it for me, and I have become too powerful because it's so fucking soft, but it's so fucking soft. And
You're
anyways,
canonically Malik's voice, you're allowed to kin Malik.
I know. Yeah. And dear God, this is an unorganized mess. This is the question portion.
Okay.
If there's anything I failed to
I
explain.
have a question.
Yes.
It's more of a statement, really, but I'm doing one of mine next for reasons.
I see.
Okay,
Gee.
Mae Borowski-kin.
Did you put an O
in there? I hate you.
Borowo.
What is Anyway, other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
To what extent would you say it is kidding if you were to, just as a hypothetical example, get the actual tattoos of one of the characters really tattooed on your body, and also name yourself more or less after one of the characters? Just
You see, I
hypothetically
believe that would fall somewhere between relatively healthy coping mechanism and please see a therapist. Somewhere between those 2 points.
In the defense of this hypothetical individual, she is a huge lesbian.
Yes. That is also a extenuating factor. As is for the catcher kindies you would find on Twitter. And anyways, that was my presentation, folks.
Alright.
I made this over the course of like a couple hours, just kind of vibing at my house.
Alright.
Blow us away, Kansas.
I will, actually. Okay. Alright, I have to explain this to you guys. Alright, you're seeing it?
Yes. Well, we see your browser.
Uh-huh. So, this is my kin list. Because this was a topic of discussion last week. And I want to give a disclaimer that it's characters that I quote kin according to the definition. I guess that like I just relate to them a lot, and I guess I sort of have a lot of parallels. Or it's also just like characters that I like. So yeah. Starting with the obvious.
Kansas.
Can we lower the music just
Kansas. Yeah, we have a request to lower the music a little bit.
Yes, sorry about that. One sec. Right, is that better?
I'm pretty sure your profile pic has been made for about 2.5 years now.
Well, yeah, okay, but like nobody started calling me May.
We're glad that you've come to accept this. That's
yeah,
the first.
I've come to accept it. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna list off things that make me similar. Like, I kind of talk in the same way. I live in an attic. Until about a week and a half ago, I was also the age of the character, 20. I also said fuck school. I don't live with my parents anymore, so that's one thing. But yeah, I guess I'm May. Hi. But actually, my name is Kansas, so. But yes. Next, Nico. I only put them on here because they're another cat. Really in the game, it's I'm a character in the game, sort of, because of how the game is. But, they deserve a spot because they're a video game character that's a cat, and it's just sort of like, they're adorable, and, I just want people to look at Nico. Look at Nico. Little cat. Cube. So Cube is one that I do actively kin. This motherfucker's dumb as rocks, and so am I. Yeah. I have fun voicing Cube. Cube is a character from a manga called Gather Ye Power by a log blaster, Logmore. He's good. I realize that I love him so much because he's just like an original character I made in 2020 named Jones, who's also dumb as rocks, and she's up next. This is Olivia Jones. She is basically bound by a blood oath to hunt monsters for like a stupid military division. She likes video games. And she likes aliens.
And
Trixie... Huh? What were you gonna say, Anna?
And murder.
And murder! Video games and murder. Yeah. So Trixie Rimmer, is only on this list because I was cast as her in a Friend Sim Fanda project in 2019. And I'm actually wearing, the Trixie sweater that I have right now, just because it's very comfortable. It's really cold. But yeah. Nobody knows who this character is. This is Cassandra from a book called The Name of This Book is Secret. It's called The Secret Series. She is like, a middle schooler or something, and she's got really pointy ears, and she's a survivalist, and, she is an only child. She has a single mother. She's actually adopted, but she doesn't know yet. Basically, she goes on adventures trying to stop an evil secret society with the help of a good secret society to stop the evil secret society from finding the answer to immortality, or the secret to immortality. And I just really loved her a lot as a kid, and I didn't know it, but I kinned her. It's also really good and funny, so if you ever want to read a children's book, pick that one up. It's good. I like it. That's it for now, because, I mean, I'll find more. I'll get them. That's my first presentation.
Gotta catch them all.
Thank you.
Very good. All of the kins.
Okay, then.
Darn Skippy.
You know that it's gotten to the point where it feels weird that May in the game uses she, her pronoun. Like, I'm like, no, May's not. No, May isn't. Not.
Yeah.
But she should be.
Then explain the null symbol on their shirt.
I mean, it makes so much sense. They have such non-binary energy, but like,
Listen.
come on, game developers.
Listen. Okay, listen. Kinless are very complicated because if you saw the fucking kin list that I put on there, like
it was way more organized.
It is toxic masculinity and also toxic everything else.
Also,
It's
I said
okay.
it
Sometimes
before.
you come from those places, and it's better to accept that rather than to deny it.
I said it before, I'll say it again. May Borowski has a case of the genders.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
I
You can
played
fit
like
so much gender in
15
that tiny-
minutes. No, it was more than 15 minutes. I started playing Night in the Woods. I got to like the band scene and then I got into somebody's apartment. And I was going through it like, it feels like May is non-binary. I don't know why. And now I've rationalized why, and that's because of Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's
neon binary.
Yeah, I was about to say Crow says neon binary.
Alright, who's next?
So Crow, do you have a presentation?
Crow, do you have one?
Yeah. It's not that good though.
That's okay.
Hey,
We
fuck you.
started this with Piss Orb. Not that that was a not good presentation.
Yeah,
It was a great
What are you
presentation,
talking about?
but
It was the worst presentation of this night.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Uber put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
And it was good.
That could have gotten you banned, Kansas.
I can't say anything. I was part of the original P-Orb conversation. I encouraged this.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Jonaya,
was
then you're
there,
complicit
but I
too, and you're
don't-
going to Piss Orb jail.
Every single
Every
single person in this call is complicit.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
We're practically
complicit.
war criminals if you think about it.
So Crow, is this presentation about your kin list?
No, hold on. My computer decided to freeze as soon as I shared this.
I could have done a kin list, but it would have just been
Hold on.
variants in the same Jade.
Oh, there we go. First of all, I need my hype man. Ben, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right. Can y'all? Let me put this in full screen. Can y'all?
What the fuck is this about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
We can, in fact, hear,
I
yes.
enjoy it.
Let me turn down my work walkie-talkie. Hopefully, no one like robs anything. All right. So, is everyone ready?
Yeah, sure.
No, fuck you.
Yes.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna start this with a little bit of a prep up before the main point. So let's talk about houses. Houses, I mean, they help people in a lot of different ways. Like, they keep you warm. They're able to like have you be in one place. Like, there's a lot of reasons why houses they're pretty poggers. But like, houses also have a lot of things that aren't great about them. For example, they burn easily. If you had like a big giant Zeus bolt in the sky or a tiny little match, your house, all that money, all that structure, boom, it's dead. You're gonna have these guys, these firemen and whatever, like trying to put out the fire while you're crying your little eyes out, trying to figure out how you're gonna deal with your mortgage and your kids who are, hopefully not in there. And so like, it's a lot of things that you just gotta deal with. Also, houses are expensive. Like, you gotta pay them off temporarily if you're renting and or the rest of your life if you bought it. Houses are materialistic. You're just gonna be worried about like filling it with stuff. You're gonna be worried about making your house look neat. You're gonna be worried about like, oh, do I have like enough stuff in my kitchen to make it feel homely? And it's like, your home is the home, but you're gonna be worried about like all the extra stuff that you don't even need. Also, you make yourself a target. You will be robbed because you live in a house, and if the shinier your house, the more scrumptious it's going to be looking to a robber. And so, those are the disadvantages of a house. You're going to end up like this crying white woman. So there's that. Next thing, cars. I hate cars. I hate Owen Wilson. And it's like, these cars, first of all, they're also very expensive. You could pay for like a 10K car, 50K car, and it's like, why? Why are you going to do that when like 5 minutes later you could get T-boned and then suddenly all that money that you saved over the years down the drain? Secondly, you're getting gas for those cars, and like gas is so expensive, all that shit. Cars can also explode. So can the gas stations, but also cars can explode. Very flammable. You're just driving a flaming weapon that could like explode on you anytime. And then like I said, Owen Wilson, like I'm sure he's a fine dude, but Cars is like not one of the best Pixar could have done. And it wouldn't have existed if it weren't for these vehicles existing in the first place. Secondly, I hate clothes. Clothes, I'm not a nudist, but like they're optional sometimes. When they aren't optional though, you have to deal with the fact that again, expensiveness, that you see a pattern, all this stuff is expensive. Cars, expensive. You have to constantly buy them, especially when they start shrinking. A lot of people are so memorized by their fashion, over the practicality of like, oh, this is looking good on me, but does it fit me? Is it feeling right in the curves? Is it going to be comfortable when I'm moving around? Blah, blah. And if you don't have clothes, if you can't afford clothes, then like you're going to end up like the box trolls. Like, just like you don't want to be wearing boxes. Like they get all soggy. You can't move around. Like you just don't need this shit. But there has to be a better way for this stuff to be better. Like there has to be a substitute for this stuff to work in your favor. Can anyone guess for me what that substitute is to solve all of these problems?
A Snuggie.
Transformer.
The Hello Kitty onesie.
A onesie is going to help you. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. Something that is going to solve every single problem I've just mentioned: the cars, the house, the clothes.
I am not changing my answer.
Okay.
A power armor.
Okay. We got one more thing too, by the way. I almost forgot. Food. Food is also expensive. Like I hate food. I hate eating. But like that's something that we gotta have. But a lot of food is unhealthy.
Wow, Crow, you were saying some pretty interesting stuff, but I'm gonna have to cast judgment on this one.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know if I can listen to this coming from the Lord of McDonald's.
No, shut up. I got this.
The amount of times I hear you saying you're getting fast food on the way home, you're a liar.
No. Look, I got a point with this. Look, all this food, it looks scrumptious. But because it looks scrumptious, it's all dressed up, you're going to be having so many choices to choose from. You're going to have too many choices. You're going to want to have every single thing in your maw. It's all expensive. It's all fattening. Look at that pink slime. Just like, you want to be like, but it's just like nasty. You're not supposed to have that in your body. So it's like, there's something to solve all these problems. Bad housing, unreliable transportation, food that is not going to do anything but clog yourself up, and what was that other thing? Clothes, just fuck clothes. So I have a solution. I have a solution that's going to solve all of our issues. One reliable thing. It's like a pocket knife. It's like a one size fits all. Like this is going to be revolutionary. And you see them all the time. You can see them at your local petting zoo. You can see them on the side when you're driving by on the highway. You can see them in your local commercials. That's right. I'm talking about these lovely motherfuckers, or these smoother pokers. I am going to tell you about why cows are all you need for a living. Look at them. They're just so happy, and you can be happy too.
Do you get to sleep in them like a tauntaun?
Are you saying we should hollow a cow out and wear it like a Snuggie?
I am not advised sleeping with a cow, so we're gonna move on.
That is not what either of us said.
All right,
The
everybody.
end of the presentation.
Yeah, I got all your questions right here. All right, so first things first, what's a cow? I'm sure that this is a little bit of a new concept because the year just started. There's a lot of questions we're gonna have throughout as time progresses, and there's things that people don't necessarily know. So cows hatch from eggs, and then they grow up to go from calves to these big bovine figures. You can call them bulls, all that. A cow is a fully grown female animal of a domesticated breed of ox, helped to produce milk and beef. They are animals of a cattle group known as bovine. Cows come equipped with a lot of things, such as dimorphic mammary glands, udders. Cud is like that regurgitated food that comes up from the first stomach so they can re-chew it. That's why you see cows always moving their mouth, even if it doesn't look like they're really chewing on anything, because they are. It's cud. They have kick shoes, which are called hooves. They're really good for kicking, but they're not the same as horse hooves. Those are different. They come with lactation. That's where the milky milk, that's what that little calf is doing right there. They're doing a little sippy sip from their ma, who's like staring right at you, wondering why you're looking at them like that. They produce leather. We'll get back to that later. And then they have a 20-year max capacity, in which case usually dairy cows are going to probably last for maybe about 5 years, but within just an average lifespan of cows, they could go at max 20 years. Some neat things to note: dairy cows and beef cows are not the same. Beef cows tend to eat a lot more grass, I would say. They're stockier, they look a little bit plumper. They're the cows that are going to be produced for meat. And the dairy cows don't look as stocky. You would almost say that they maybe look a teeny bit malnourished, but they're actually not. They're actually built like that, and it's purposeful for them because they are producing milk instead of needing to be stocky for meat. And they're the ones that have the more prominent udders and stuff like that. So yeah, the more you know. Do you have any questions so far? I'll take like 2.
Yes, so what is your answer for the bad frame data on the hoof stomp? How can we circumvent this nature nerf that makes them unviable in the current meta?
You just have to upgrade them. You have to give them stompier hooves. Probably get them a little speedier. Fix up their acceleration. It's a lot of things. It's probably not going to happen until we get like a patch some years from now.
But if we increase acceleration, then we're going to have to cut back on mass, which is one of the biggest selling points of the cow.
That's very true. That's very
because
true.
if the cow gets a good run up,
Mhm.
there's very little that can properly stop it. It's got the super armor, thanks
That's
to
fair.
the
That's fair.
incredibly tough skull.
That's why it's good to have cows of different variants, so you can have a multiple stock of the different needs.
Okay, but do you advocate for modifications like putting spoilers on the cows to maybe give them like easier inputs for their command grab?
Yeah, I'm all about modifications. That's what cows are. That's why they are domesticated, because we had to modicate them for something.
Okay, so as a horse main, do you think I could switch to cow easily?
My God.
I don't know. I think that them's fighting herds.
I have an unrelated question
Yes.
to cow meta. If one were hypothetically intending to raise an army of the undead to hypothetically take over the country, what would be the best breed of cow to hypothetically use as undead soldiers?
Bull.
That is not a breed of cow, but thank you very much for your input.
No, bulls are related to cows.
Hello, I have a question.
Look it up right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello. First of all, thank you for the presentation. Longtime fan. I really appreciate your work. Why?
Don't talk to me, piss baby. Anyways, we're gonna move on.
Whoa.
All right.
Crow, what do you think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and how do you think about its commentary on the meat industry?
I think that they lived a relatively vegan diet. I think their choice of differentiating diets and food source was pretty creative. We should potentially think about it for the future when it comes to our slow declining quantity of cattle products. So,
if you don't think about it.
Yeah. If you don't look at it directly, all meat kind of tastes the same. So we're going to move on to the next slide. So these are cow folks. I basically looped you all into this ability to become cow folks, like cowgirls, cowboys, cowimbies. And so, like, you know, cowboys, cowgirls, whatever, they're supposed to be herders. You might be wondering, why are they called horse boys or horse girls if they're riding horses? It's because the horses are just their handicap. Those are their little devices that they use to herd the cows. Stuff like that. They're basically the sheepdogs of cows, but they're people riding horses. So yeah, that's what cow people are for. And essentially, I am turning you into a cowboy, but like if you didn't have a little like saloon to go back to. Anyways, some common misconceptions that I would like to butt out. This is a cowgirl, okay? This is a cowgirl. This is not a cowgirl. This is a wrong conception of a cowgirl. Anyone who shows you this, you need to walk away. I just wanted this to be clear because sometimes you're going to get the wrong interpretations in fictive medium.
Really pushing the instructions. Keep it safe for work.
Bro,
Definitely.
you were one of the
definitely
ones who was making fun of Uber
No,
for the
don't
whole
worry, she has
having a
clothes
safe
on.
for work presentation.
She has
And you're
clothes
really
on.
like pushing it
Definitely.
right here.
She has clothes on, don't worry.
Definitely not a hentai PNG. Definitely not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is all very safe
Next,
for work and normal.
next point. This is also not a cowgirl. This is going to be the wrong interpretation
Oh
of
my
a
god.
cowgirl.
Oh my god.
If you have any questions, you can ask me after class. And for the next one, cowboy. That's a cowboy. You know, similar to cowgirl. This is not a cowboy. Got to make sure that people don't tell you the wrong interpretation.
Hey.
Also, if you see a similar cowboy like this, but he happens to look live action and only had one season, avoid him at all costs. He sucks.
I see.
All right, before M's. We have meat, we have milk, we have material, we have movement. Movement! You see what I did there? Anyway, we're gonna get to some main gist. These cows look so happy. You can be happy just like these cows if you start investing into these moving materials. All right, look at the little udder shaking around. That's funny. Anyways, we're gonna get to the first one. Meat. Look at that little meat. He's so happy to be eating. That's a dancing old man. That's his fursuit. Anyways. So, meat. This is how we get to the first thing. Cows have meat. We need protein to survive. So, if you have a cow and you don't want to have to choose through all the different fashioned up luxuries of food and diet and all that, you can get your meat from this cow. And it's pretty simple because you don't have to pick and choose. You only have one option. And you can make that meat into you can make it into a burger. You can make a steak. Like, you can make meat. You can make so many different meat thingies. Meat patty. You can just eat it raw if you really want. Like, you can't be picky. And it all works out if you have that cow. Like I said, this cow's really happy. He's just dancing. That's gonna be like you. You're gonna feel like you have butterflies in your stomach, but it's a cow dancing and telling you to eat more chicken, even though we're here to tell you to eat more cow. All right, next one. Milkies. Have a lot of milkies from cows because that's the dairy cow's main function.
Crow.
Huh?
Cronus ampera. Look into my eyes.
Yeah.
Tell me what you have done wrong.
Well, I forgot to show the actual udders of the cow from back in the barnyard, which makes you not know that. Yeah.
Honestly, the Pokemon thing is the most unsettling part of this.
And I don't get what the problem is. It's from a kids show, so it was on live TV on a kids show, so I think it's pretty PG.
I said unsettling, not an SFW.
Okay. I think you should be happy, just like Professor Oak. All right.
I am not.
So, milkies. Cows give you a source of calcium, and they also just give you general drinks, which you are going to need. So you have meat, you have drink, and the cows are just never going to run out if you have like the correct cows, like a dairy cow. So it's like, I recommend having 2 cows on hand so you don't have an issue with that. Actually, you might want 3, but we'll get to that. Anyways, yeah, cows need to be milked anyways. It's kind of part of their like domesticated like things to need at this point. So you'll be doing the cow a favor, and it'll be doing you one too. Materials. Cows can be made into so many things. Crayons, chewing gum, candles, flavoring, charcoal, pasta, adhesives, nitrogen, so many things that you can rubber. You can make so many things out of cows. Lamination, shampoo.
Hello, Crow. Can I ask you a question really quickly about this one frame in specific?
Yeah.
Can you make a pipe bomb out of a cow?
With the right attitude. Oh, you can make fireworks. It's right here. Fireworks. Explosives.
Yes, but I'm asking for pipe bomb. Oh, fuck. It is on there. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I was able to answer this. Yeah,
Also,
so...
you can take the methane they produce and use it to destroy the environment and destroy your local environment.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
True fact.
I hate the environment. Like, that's why, cows are going to be the next best thing when it comes to shutting it out just a little quicker. But that's aside for the point. That's not what I'm advertising. I'm advertising a happy life, a happy cow, a happy you. Fertilizer. That cow's going to shit a lot. And, if you don't want to just eat what the cow's providing you and you want to, make a little garden, make some plantation, whatever, you're going to need fertilizer. So when they, decide to eat some grass or whatever, and they're just like, oh no, then you have some more things that you can use for your vegetation. It's going to be a fun time. Obviously, like I mentioned before, fashion, clothing, so much to deal with, kind of like the food thing. Take that cow, make yourself a leather jacket. You can do it. Make yourself leather, so much material you can make out of the cows. You can do it. And then weapons. This was a little bit more optional, but if your cow has horns, that's pretty self-explanatory. Make yourself a little pocket knife or brass knuckles, I don't know. Just make yourself something out of those horns. Or the hoofs, aka the happy kickers. So yeah. And then movement. So they can run up to 25 miles per hour, and on average a herd could maintain a healthy weight moving around 15 miles per day, which means that they can go about 15 miles per day. You can see obviously cows can be used for athletic sports as well. Just like I know that it's cowboys because you ride horses, but we can actually make cowboys, the boys on cows. And it's like, they are going to be used for transportation. Like, say you got to go to Walmart or some shit, take your cow. Like, you want to go to Bojangles? Take your cow. They're not going to be offended. You want to go to your neighbor's backyard for some reason? Take your cow. You can probably jump the fence like this one's doing. If you and like for anyone who potentially wants to, for example, take your house or whatever, or just steal from you, like if you're on the move, they won't do that. You have a whole cow. They're gonna get stomped. So you're pretty good to go. That's what I forgot to mention, that cows are a good source of safety and security. All right. And next, common questions. How do you solve the issue with meat and your cow supplement? AKA, how do you deal with the fact that you're like, oh, you can make meat out of them, Crow. Oh, you can make all this other stuff out of them, but that's gonna leave me with one last cow, AKA no cow. Well, that's where you're wrong. That's why you need multiple cows. Cows, I don't know if you knew this, but cows can get it on. They can reproduce, which means you can have more cow. You can have more cow, which means that you can have more meat, you can have more leather, you can have more of all the things that you're going to need from just the one cow. If you have two cow, and then they have a little calf, and you raise that calf, and then when you gotta go ahead and have their parents go somewhere across in an open field, then you're gonna have one more cow or two cows. Basically, you just have to basically do your breeding correct. And then, you will have the cow that you're riding on that will then be followed by a multitude of other cows. And that way, if you're trying to do stuff like be safe, maybe you need to stay warm, you just have all these cows around you. It's gonna be great. How do cows relate to the disadvantages of houses? That's a good question. I just wanted to put the house thing there. I don't really have a correlation between cows and houses. If you really want to, I guess you could carve it out. That way, you could stay warm during the nights or something, or whatever. You might want to clean it out so you can get the maggots out. But there's a will, there's a way. You just gotta be creative about it.
Maggots.
Also, if you have a cow, I'm sure if you run into a farmer, they'll be nice enough to let your cow stay in their barn, and then you can be in there too. Figure it out. And then finally, Does it have to be a cow specifically? What other animal? Yeah. You could have like a goat and you could have like goat milk and all that, but you ain't gonna be riding that goat. You could have a sheep and you could have all that wool, that fluffy wool. You ain't gonna be riding it. You ain't gonna be drinking no sheep milk though. You can have a chicken. Okay, you're gonna have meat and eggs and all that, but is it gonna take you anywhere? It's not a Pokemon where you can have like a level 5 Pidgey that knows fly for some reason and take you all the way to Cinnabar Island. It's not how it works. That chicken is not gonna do anything for you, but just provide you what the cows are selling you over at Chick-fil-A. And you don't want that. We don't want to be advertising the homophobic chicken. So this is what you got to do with cows. They're the most reliable farm animal, the most reliable animal. Abandon your life. Get rid of your materialism. Just think cow. Think life. Think about how this is going to help you. Tell your friends. Give them your cow. Give them your cow so they can give your friends other cows. Y'all are going to be just a cow industry. And we're all going to get rich quick if you just follow these simple instructions on how to take care of your cow, how to get more cows, and how to live like a cowboy. And that is my presentation.
There is one step, and it is cow.
Yes.
Crow, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
How much are they paying you? How much is the Cow Council paying you?
They're paying me 1 gallon.
1 gallon of what?
Milk! Obviously milk!
Is that innuendo?
They're just paying me a gallon.
Gallon, get your cow stuff here.
Oh my
Alright,
gosh.
well.
Okay, hold on. I have a fun fact for you.
Yeah.
Just real quick. During that, I was also queuing up some music, and I got a piano cover of Moo Moo Farm in Yoshi Valley from Mario Kart 64, I believe. So that was playing while you were doing that, so you're welcome.
Perfect.
Yeah. I didn't know I had so many commentaries on my cows. Did I convince y'all to have cows, by the way?
I'm on the fence.
So are the cows.
I'm on the spit.
I should have talked about all the different medias of people transforming into cows, because those exist.
No.
Hey,
No,
Crow!
no.
Don't do something like that.
do
Remember
that?
that one Halloween episode of That's So Raven?
No, and I don't want to.
What about that
No,
one movie
motherfucker.
that came out? What's it called? Is it a spoiler? Yeah, it's gonna be a big old spoiler if I spoil that movie. I guess I'll be cool when they turn to cow people.
I see.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a genuine concern about cows.
Okay.
What if I get a cow and I cherish it and like put it on a farm? What if like aliens take it away though?
Okay, that's a good question. That doesn't come out too often, but it is something that is a little bit of a concern. So if an alien takes your cow, there's nothing you can do. It's kind of something where it's like, if it happens, it happens. Maybe there's a reason that it happened. Maybe that alien just needed the cow more than you. You're providing something for someone else that probably had a good reason to take your property. And that's just something you're gonna have to live with.
Okay. Is there no like intergalactic like legal action I can take against those aliens?
No.
Okay. Is there any way I can like prevent them from taking my cow?
Don't leave your cow in a field, Dunkas.
What if I what if I get kidnapped with the cow?
Isn't that your fault?
Intergalactic, planetary. Planetary, intergalactic.
Yeah.
They make a really good point.
Look,
I think, what if, I want to say that it's theorized that cows are the aliens, Like when you have a cow out there, the cows originated off planet, or they originated on planet. You don't know. And humans eventually took over and started slaughtering cows, all that. So the cows they get picked up by their fellow cows in these little UFOs, so then they can all like escape off planet.
Also, I'd like to say that unfortunately, Asterius' milk is monopolized by King Theseus.
I will kill you.
No. I don't think you will.
Why is my icon tank man? Because just like Uber, I love piss.
What?
Hey, Crow! Why are you saying all of this stuff and also making fun of Uber for the piss presentation?
Because I do what I want.
Hey, maybe you should take
Maybe you
man
should
it down.
not.
Hey, Crow.
Yeah.
Your mom.
What about her? She's a very nice lady.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah, that's why she wouldn't let you stay at our house that one time.
I would like to also add one more thing. It's the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Which is clearly why we all need to worship Satan, because Satan's the cowboy.
What?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Satan's a goat boy. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Goats are way more sustainable than cows. Like, cows are one of the least sustainable livestock. Especially for meat. Especially for
I
meat.
disagree. It's not like you can just tip a cow over or anything like that. That'd be silly.
I hate to interrupt.
Oh no, I
I'm gonna
said
have to put this on
sustainable,
the-
not stable.
I just want to let you know I'm doing a BRB screen. I'll be like back in like 2 minutes.
Okay, and then Daft's
Take care.
presentation is next.
Did y'all
Oh,
know that I
that's
was
right.
going
It
to talk
is
about
next. It's
cows?
not really a PowerPoint presentation, but it does look like one.
Yeah. Did y'all know I was going to talk about cows based off my 3 slides?
No.
Man, I'm too
I
juiced up
did
for
not
this shit.
expect you to talk about cows.
Also, I got reminded of this the other day. I have Jackbox Party 8 if y'all want to play that after this.
Yes, yes, yes. I wanna play Job so fucking bad. You don't even know.
I'm not gonna lie, my favorite game in that pack so far is Weapons Drawn. Weapons
I don't
Drawn is
know.
just really fun to me.
Okay. Oh, I think I know what that is. Hell yeah.
Look, it's Among Us, but with drawing.
Yeah.
It's Among Us with drawing.
Can we play Job though? I really want to play Job.
We can play Job. We can play Job.
Thank you.
We can also.
Oh my god! Oh no!
We can also play Pollster, poll thingy. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever the fucking poll one is, I don't know. There's a poll game.
God.
Okay, it went back on
I'm
internet.
Hi, back. I know that
Kansas.
it's 10:26, and I know that my shift ends at 11, so I'm just gonna wait for like someone to eventually relieve me from my shift.
Kansas.
Yeah.
CL proposed that we play Jackbox Party 8 after Daft presentation, whether that's on stream or off stream or whatever. And Liz is also asking in the chat if she can join. If that happens.
For a Jackbox? Or on the stream?
Maybe both?
I think it's the Jackbox.
The Jackbox.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
the Jack.
either way, yeah. Either way, yes.
Yes.
I don't know what
Jackbox
promo-
after stream. I do also have one more PowerPoint to show myself.
Okay.
Me.
Excellent.
I might come back a little later though after y'all are. Well, I'll come back later, but probably after y'all are done streaming. Only because I want to like slowly dower my energy as I wait for my coworker to like come relieve me and stuff. I put all my energy into that PowerPoint and now I'm spent.
Yes.
All right.
So Daft, would you like to go first?
Suppose I should. Okay, a little bit of a. This isn't really a PowerPoint presentation, but it's very much styled as one. That was the intention because of the. How do I say this? A lot of stuff was happening last year, and this was it was a stylistic choice as well. So you're gonna have to turn on the sound, Kansas,
Oh yeah, yeah. We're
because it's basically something of an animation. Oh, also scopophobia warning for people who are bothered by eyes.
Eyes?
Yes, eyes. Let's see.
I see.
Okay, okay, I'm looking at the screen. I guess that'll work. All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Le décollage approche. I can hear the in-flight announcement. It's time to take off. J'embarque pour cette terre de tout rêve. Embarked on a wonderful flight to the land of light. Afin de vivre ce quotidien si morne. Let's get away from here. Escape this dull reality. J'ai tant attendu que ce moment vienne. For this moment. Ce jet de vol, portant tous mes espoirs. The jet flies, putting my hopes inside. Ce jet de vol, laissant nos espoirs. The jet flies, leaves despair behind. Pour un meilleur futur, je devrais tout sacrifier. I'd sacrifice anything for a wonderful future. C'est bizarre. Le ciel est si bleu, mon cœur reste sombre. Why do I continue to sigh by the clear blue sky? Encore 80 000 mètres au-dessus de la terre. Angoisse et espoir. Angst and anticipation. Regret et décision. commencera. Tomorrow, life begins. Surprise, leaves despair behind and anticipation. Passer avec dans celui que je connais tant. When I open my eyes, find myself in the same old bed. Il y a lui, à mes côtés, beside me, wrapped in me. N'était-ce qu'un rêve, qu'une illusion? Was I only dreaming? Was it just an illusion? Non, c'est pas vrai. Je ne crois pas. No, it's not true. Don't believe.
Yeah, that's it.
That was really good.
That is so fucking cool.
wild.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I interesting.
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 You guys can ask questions if you want.
Question. This is about your fan adventure, right?
Yes.
How long did it take you to make?
It took a week or so to storyboard, and I was going through health issues at the beginning of the year. So it took like 3 months to color, maybe?
Damn.
Damn.
I remember you working on that, but like, goddamn, that's a lot longer than I thought.
Well, there were health issues,
I
as
know.
you are aware.
Yeah. That really is impressive, though.
It was very, very cool. Like fucking
Wonderful job.
I enjoyed it quite a
Thank you.
lot. And now I will add your fan venture to the list of things I should probably read.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very intriguing. Kansas.
Hello.
Kansas, in fact, had another presentation, apparently.
Is there anybody else that has a presentation, or am I the last one?
You think I made more than one presentation?
I'm just checking.
Yeah, I put all my eggs in one basket with that. It took like 3 days.
Like, if I was to make another presentation, it would probably just be like a picture, and then I would ramble about something for 5 minutes.
My extended kin list.
Hey,
Okay, let me start streaming.
Due to popular demand, I made a new presentation. It's about the poop orb.
Oh no!
No!
First of all, that's not a thing. Don't pretend that was ever a thing.
Okay, can y'all see it?
Stop trying to make Fleek happen, or whatever the fuck.
Stop trying to make poop happen.
Stop trying to make poop happen.
Okay. These are the top 7 space movies of all time, reviewed by an expert. That's me. I've watched all of these movies, every single one of them, start to finish,
Excellent.
completely.
Excellent.
And I know them by heart. Don't ask me to recite them; it'll take too long. Top 7.
I see.
Number 7, The Martian. I watched. I lied. I only watched like 30 minutes of this one. From what I understand, it's basically Castaway in space. But I think he stays a little bit more sane. I don't remember a whole lot of it. This image is relatable though.
Yeah.
6, Apollo 11.
Nice.
I like this one because it's a wonderful retelling of a beloved fiction story that we all know and love from our childhoods. Only it's shot in the form of a documentary, which is it asks a question like, what if the story was different? What if they actually didn't find out that the ones that they brought back to Earth were different. So how would that look if they thought that what they did was great? And my favorite part is that it gets really freaky when they start getting like really happy about like talking about how they're gonna go back to their families and how they can't wait to see them, and then you just know that they will be consuming the flesh. So yeah, that's a good one. A little bit spooky, a little bit unsettling. And then Alien, of course, is number 5. I think it's kind of a ripoff of Zathura. It has Sigourney Weaver in it though, so that's pretty good. And I have a screenshot from the movie of the really scary scene. I just want to warn you guys now because I'm about to uncover the image. But this is the really spooky one. So, are you prepared?
Let's hit it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Chilling.
Oh my god.
Fucking chilling. I know that's hard to look at. Very
Oh,
spooky.
oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yo,
What the
fuck?
fuck?
It's a little guy.
What the fuck?
Destination Moonbase Alpha is a wonderful film. Shot in 1957. Following these characters that you see here. It's my grandfather really loved it. Let me tell you more about this.
John Madden.
Oh,
John
Madden.
John Madden.
Did y'all hear that John Madden died recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Yeah by Usher like 5 times.
Wait, for
It
real?
was a good time.
John Madden.
John Madden.
John Madden.
Number 3 is 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think that the AI character was perfectly justified. Because humans shouldn't be in space, so he was right. But I really liked the romantic aspect of the movie. That they had a robot kissing a human was very revolutionary at the time that it was shot, and it was nominated for a Grammy for being the first space-themed horror rom-com. And I also love that this was the design when the robot got his body, because the heart there, it really shows
Yes.
off that this story is about love. It's about love and romance and kissing.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree.
The second best is Space Buddies. I don't know if you've ever seen this classic film. Dogs go to space, and they found a guy lost in space. They got launched into space. That's the movie, and it's perfect. What more could you fucking want? Dogs on the moon, in outer space, and they also live. And this is number 1, 20 million miles to Earth. Starring William Hopper, John Taylor, screenplay by Bob Williams, Christopher Knopf, story by Charlotte Nye, technical effects created by Ray Harryhausen, produced by Charles H. Schneer, directed by Nathan Duran, a Morningside production, and a Columbia picture. Just take a good look at this.
Yes.
It's the movie ever. My favorite part was the one where they found the spaceship in the water with the big hole in it. I also liked this part because look at that. He's just out there living his life. And don't even get me fucking started on the part with the elephant, because that was insane and just really good. I'm sure you guys remember watching it as well. Just perfect. Perfect.
Absolutely.
It's just peak cinema, and it's all been downhill from there. That is my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.
All right.
I only caught the tail end of that. What was the presentation about?
Oh, the top 7 space movies of all time. Would you like me to start the presentation from the beginning? I could do that.
I will just watch your VOD.
Damn. I will say very good presentation. Especially the inclusion of Space Buddies, a classic. I will say, however, missed opportunity to point out that Apollo 11 is in fact a mockumentary. Because as we all know, the moon landing was not real, but it's nice to see a what if scenario if it did happen. So that's my only feedback. Other than that, very good.
Okay, correction. The moon landing, of course the moon landing's not real, because the moon's not real. There is no
Yeah,
moon.
exactly.
You believe in Big Moon?
Internet user articulately composed. Please have a word with me after this presentation.
Okay. Actually, as
Alright,
a
I would like-
photographer, I can't stay silent on that. The moon landing conspiracies are so fucking dumb because literally none of them know how cameras work. Like,
Oh,
they
no,
just
yeah.
don't fucking understand cameras.
There's an entire fucking video just dedicated to a guy saying how like you could not physically film fake the moon landing. You just could not.
And like the idea that you'd be able to see the stars if you had quote unquote real footage on the moon. It's like, do you know how exposure works? Have you ever used a camera?
Have you seen the moon?
Camera.
Have you seen the moon in the sky literally at any time? That
We
shit's
all know.
fuck.
We all know they walked on the sun.
Right.
They waited for nighttime to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm
Obligatory Smash Mouth joke.
Candace, I have a
So
question.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you watched 2010, the year we made contact?
No. I
It's,
haven't. Okay, the only movie in that list that I've watched is Space Buddies. I've not watched any of those fucking movies.
Okay.
So-
Do you think Space Buddies would have been better with the xenomorph in it?
Yes.
I think every movie would be better with the
So,
xenomorph in it.
your
When Harry
description-
met Sally, more like when Harry met Haja.
Your description of Apollo 11 sounds like a genuinely good horror movie, and I had to look the fucking thing up to realize it's not actually what you were describing. I hate that because it sounds like Apollo 8.
Okay.
But, like,
I
better.
actually lied. I do have another presentation.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, dang it, I put it on the fucking ending soon thing. You should have said something.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay, so are you all ready for this presentation?
Standing
Very important presentation.
Yes.
As I'll ever be.
It's okay. We only watched one person in Twitch chat, so we're fine.
Fuck no.
Understandable.
Can we cancel the stream? I'm uncomfortable. Oh god. Oh,
Okay.
No, you don't have a presentation. Denied. No. No. Absolutely not.
What?
Oh look, it's Rosemary.
What?
Is this like? Am I gonna become Am I gonna become a sleeper agent?
Yes, this is your activation sequence.
Oh fuck yeah!
Go back and voice that.
My
Hitler's line.
God.
Do it now.
Do it.
Hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's also my birthday. I'm a little birthday boy. What is that?
That was me. That was literally me 2 days ago. I was the little birthday boy.
Karen is a slur to silence you? Damn, I wish it worked. Shut the fuck up.
The one with
Yours
turf is also
non-binary?
pretty good.
That's cool.
Oh, that is just.
The original one was turf. Yeah, I don't know why I edited it to be Karen, but somebody edited it to be Karen. I don't think it was me actually, because that looks too shitty for it to be me. Anyways,
Damn. Okay.
Hypno Sleep Incarnate. And that's the end of my presentation.
Have y'all ever Googled the movie Santa Paws 2?
Oh my god, that's the
No,
worst.
but I am somehow aware that it exists.
There we go.
No, there's. Wait, what?
Can you stare at the lips
Oh my god.
of these
What
dogs?
the fuck?
Wait, hold on. Oh, I keep having to switch this around.
Oh fuck, they don't know about Santa Paws, do?
I don't.
The Santa Paws.
I do now.
Oh my gosh, I
Well,
was still
you-
streaming. Oops.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I didn't realize when you put this in fucking chat that their lips that looked like that, but their lips look like that.
Why?
Wait
Why
wait
do the
until you
dogs
see
have
footage. There's footage.
This is extended Homestuck lore. In case you didn't know, it is official extended Homestuck lore.
Why?
So
Because when Rev was going through Homestuck, Hussey and Aisha had to stare at this.
What?
What?
Trust me, I was there. It's special.
Jay made the canonical ending to Homestuck.
What the
Everything
fuck
he
happened?
says is canon.
Everything I say is canon.
Yeah. He made the fucking animation of Terezi and Rose dancing to the fucking Yakuza song, so that's how
Yes,
Homestuck
that
ended
was-
canonically.
Yeah.
So
That's how Homestuck 2 ended.
so thank you, Jay. Thank you, King.
I swear to fuck, if Homestuck 2 somehow unpauses and they reference it, I'm gonna sue
Oh,
them.
that's not gonna happen.
Oh my god, Jay, would you actually sue? Not gonna lie, I would help you. I would testify.
I'd
Kansas.
probably do a vague and then I'd go to sleep.
You wanna
Okay,
you
that's
wanna wrap up the stream?
No,
and,
you see, Homestuck is my intellectual property.
Oh god.
Our intellectual
Homestuck
property.
is just my intellectual property. That is simply all there is to it.
I'm glad your ending screen looks like Channel 56.
Yeah. It's
that's
very
thanks to
cursed. I
Uber.
love it.
That's thanks to Uber. Uber made
Very
this
good.
for me. Thank you, Uber.
Yeah.
Brought to you by
and
German
thank everybody
Home
for joining us and sticking around for so long.
Fuck yeah.
What?
Everybody.
Why did you do this to yourself? You put
I don't
yourself
know.
through so much. A lot of good stuff, but also a lot of really cursed stuff.
Honestly.
And I just wonder why. But thank you.
I literally just came here and I kind of regret it.
As you should.
As well, you should.
Okay.
That is
Question.
the correct feeling.
Thank you. Question. Since I hate myself, I kind of want to do this again, and I kind of want to make my own PowerPoint. And I kind of want to force Jay to make his own PowerPoint. Would that be possible if we all did the sequel to PowerPoint?
Oh, absolutely.
PowerPoint 2?
I was gonna say, we should probably wait, like, you know,
A month or two.
Oh god, of
Yeah.
course.
to,
Jeez.
like...
Okay,
let
that
it
actually gives
simmer,
me time
you
to
know?
animate something.
Yeah.
But yes.
You've just initiated the PowerPoint's Olympics now.
Oh my god. Okay, so fun story. Because I was bored way back in 2008 when I was an underwriter, I made a functional version of Tetris inside of Access. You can do a lot with Microsoft Office.
Yeah, like people have made like functioning games in PowerPoint. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And Excel. I think some people did it in Excel. Well, yeah.
I-
I have the brain of a goldfish, so I'm just gonna have images on a
I'm-
slide.
I made a 2-player version of Checkers in Excel that like enforced all the rules and everything.
Nice. Do chess next.
I'm right up. See,
Alright.
I think I did do chess.
Good.
I'm trying to
Okay.
remember. I think I did.
Okay. Do Warhammer 40k next.
Oh my god.
But yes, anybody, what promo stuff? Go now, do it.
Friendsim 2.
well,
Friendsim 2, baby.
Friendsim 2. It's on Steam. It's on Steam. Wishlist it.
Wishlist
well,
on
this is
Steam.
probably the only time I'll do this since it's this late at night and I don't expect minors to be watching. My fan adventure is called A_Halcyon_E at MSPFA. The full title is Alpha Halcyon Epsilon. Don't read it if you're a minor because I don't care about your opinion. I'll dox you and I'll kill you and I'll strangle you to death and I'll throw you in a river.
Worse than okay.
No, it's based. No, okay, real
Yeah,
talk.
no, based.
Yeah, I'm very based.
Cool.
Subscribe to Articulate Composed.
Based on what?
Based on
You're
violence,
wrong.
apparently.
Based on my
You're telling
dick.
me a shrimp fried this rice.
Apartment complex. I find it quite simple, really.
Subscribe to Anna on YouTube.
I keep losing subscribers, but people should subscribe to me because I'm going to be doing some good video essays about anti-capitalism, and I know none of you guys like capitalism.
She's posted exactly 0 cringe. She should be keeping all the subscribers. Where do y'all keep going? Come back.
They are leaving me because I'm not posting enough cringe.
Aw, damn.
Right.
You need to hurry up and join the room so you can get the Transformers icon.
Actually, what are you talking about? We're all good little capitalists here. Blinks in Morse code.
Yes, we love making money and constantly working for. Please send help. Please, I need this.
Alright, anybody else
Oh,
wanna...
I do have a somewhat legitimate question. For questions about, like, the PowerPoint stuff, whom should I, like, address? Because I do have, like, a question to... Like, I do have a question I want to ask for, like, how the PowerPoint stuff should be made. I know it's, like, down the line in a few months, but I do have, like, a question to ask eventually.
The
Professor
answer
Kansas
is
is who you want to talk to.
Yeah, the answer is that, almost anything goes as long as it's safe for work. You can make it in literally anything, and it, like, the content doesn't matter.
I will say that according to Twitch guidelines, I believe erotic fanfiction is allowed.
Okay, I was
not
actually...
on my channel.
So long as it's bad. So long as it's bad.
Okay, I was going to ask, like, I guess, like, PG-13? I mean, Crow put in, like, flat-out cowgirl hentai, but it was technically, spicy PG-13, I guess?
Don't show dick or balls or tits or whatever. Don't show that stuff.
What about a butt?
My tits want to be seen.
Are butts okay? Like, am I gonna get banned for butts? I don't know if I'm gonna get banned for butts.
What about
Kansas,
feet?
what if I came into your PowerPoint thing and just ripped my pants off and you could see my coochie?
I would like to
Not
say,
gonna
what was I going to say?
I don't know.
I don't know. Something.
So feet are allowed.
Feet are allowed.
Oh.
Feet are allowed. You know, feet are allowed as long as, like,
Look, all you gotta do is
like,
contain the
subjective,
calamity
but-
that is your memories.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Duly
I don't
noted.
want to see feet in, like, lacy socks or whatever the fuck. Like.
Oh, damn it.
But
there goes my
how am I
PowerPoint.
going to do my Catboy Lolita cosplay?
Is that the stream? I'm hoping that's the stream. Can we end it?
Yes, we can end the stream.
Thank you everyone for joining
End the
us.
stream on
Happy New
Kappa
Year.
Lolita.
Happy New Year.
Don't have a happy new year.
Good night,
Don't
everyone.
die.
Thank you. Please consider following my channel if you haven't, so that I can get to subscriber point. Good night,
Do it.
everyone. I love you.